On Track with Vanessa Womack. Conversation with Raven Jarvis. Raven, how are you today?
I'm good.
So glad to have met you. And I think we've had a pretty good time so far, haven't we? I've learned some stuff, and you probably learned some stuff too, just talking with some of the other guests. So thanks again with your presence here, your voice, lending your millennial voice to On Track with Vanessa Womack. So we were talking earlier with a small group, and you tell us a little bit about your background, engineer. And I was calling you the not the nerdy, but the techie, the engineer with a Department of Transportation here in Virginia. And then we're going to segue into some of the entrepreneur spirit. So tell engineer, I mean, STEM, you're an example of STEM here.
Well, ninth grade, I did a popsicle bridge competition. That was pretty much when I decided I wanted to do engineering. And then I started falling in love with bridges. So I figured, of course, civil engineering, may as well do that. I knew I wanted 6 kids, so I was like, I'm going to have to do something that'll make money.
You said you want?
I want 6 kids.
6 kids? Why 6?
I just...
3 of each?
Hopefully I have like 3 sets of twins. But,
knock it out of the way.
I knew I wanted a big family, and I knew I wanted to, live a different lifestyle. So, of course, they paint this whole picture that, become an engineer, work your job and everything. So, followed the American dream. So-called American dream. Not really. But, I did engineering. I enjoyed it. And I'm in my field now. I'm enjoying what I do. Just every day I'm trying to find something new. So.
How long have you been at VDOT?
VDOT, I started interning there for my freshman year. So I've been there for like 5-6 years, but full-time outside of college, this would be going on my 2nd year.
Okay.
Working full-time. And I was in a rotational program before that, and now I'm actually in the materials lab, which I didn't think I'd end up there, but... I love it. As long as I get to break stuff and play in dirt, I will have fun.
So we are not going to blame her for the road conditions.
Oh no, I have nothing to do with that anymore. Thank God. Everybody's always like, yeah, tell VDOT that.
I want my street paved.
Yeah, but I'm enjoying it.
Good. And I find that exciting and encouraging. As I think I mentioned, my daughter started in the School of Engineering at VCU. I mean, you were good with numbers, right?
I try to be. When I started, I didn't see the finish line. I didn't even know. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. But all I told myself was when I chose my major, I wasn't changing it, no matter how hard it got. Because if I changed it one time, trust me, I'd probably still be in college right now.
But that's a good point, and that told you, and I'm sure your parents appreciated it too, that you were going to commit to it and stick with it.
You got to know yourself.
You got to know yourself.
I knew I wasn't going to stick to one thing if I kept changing.
Right. And if you know yourself and you know that you're committed to doing this, and you don't want to change midstream, then that's fine. But then, of course, there are some others, students who do, but it could be for good reasons, and they may find that college is not for them, which is fine too.
Exactly.
So, but it's great. As I said, you are an example of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. So, but tell us what you do as an entrepreneur, your entrepreneurial spirit.
So, I'm a new entrepreneur. I haven't been doing this long, but so I'm going to try and make this quick as possible. So, after college, I went back home, and I started recognizing a pattern because I wrote down everything I bought, and I was like, if there was a time that I needed to invest in something, it's now, before I actually have real bills. So I actually started a real estate investing company, trying to build that up, meeting investors in DC, and it started going good. It wasn't making any money, of course. You got to get deals and stuff. So I was in the learning process. Then I moved after a year and kind of started all over. I didn't know anyone down here, and now I'm by myself without the help. Well, my mom could help, but of course I was by myself. So I came down here looking for any opportunity. I knew I needed to do something outside of work. And I came across a really great business team, a network marketing team, and what I do is partner with the LTD and the Amway Corporation. Mm-hmm. So I met their team, and what I really knew what I needed was mentorship. Mm-hmm. Because with the real estate investing, 10 million people are telling you 10 million different things. So I knew I needed a system to follow. I needed some structure, and I needed some help. And I get all of that with my team. They're so encouraging, and I've learned so much. This is probably going on my 4th month doing this, so I'm completely new. But last year, my New Year's resolution was to, if it scares you, do it.
I like that. New Year, if it scares you, do it.
Everything I did last year, I did so much that scared me, and I did, and I got over a lot of fears. But network marketing is really a people business. It's a building teams type of business, and I'm an engineer. I'm an introvert. Yeah. I'm not a people person. So I was like, well, if anything, if there's ever a time to do something that scares me, it's now. Mm-hmm. And I saw what the value of it really was. So I decided to do it, and it's definitely changed me. It's helped me grow so much.
So you're coming out of your introvert.
Oh my goodness.
I can tell by the way you came in here. It's like, okay, watch out. Just slowly getting into that extrovert.
Oh yeah, it takes me a minute to warm to everybody. So it's still a challenge. I'm definitely working through a lot of challenges, trying to listen, trying to be coachable, and just growing.
Okay. Now, this is interesting because when I had asked you, and you were part of an earlier group with 2 other young ladies, and each of you have your own entrepreneurial side that's growing, which is exciting. And that's to say that you don't have to be one-dimensional. Oh, yeah. There are so many dimensions, and this your philosophy, if it scares you, do it.
Just do it.
Wow, that's scary in itself.
Yes.
But it's exciting.
It is exciting.
And it tells me how much energy you have and how much you're willing to go out there and build bridges in a different way. And that's encouraging for other folks who might consider themselves introverted. Yes. And you said, go out and meet people. Definitely. Now, the other thing I wanted to bring up is the LTD Amway, and that scares people.
It does.
It does. That scares people. How and you're excited about that, and it's growing. You're learning.
It's made way more than I did in my real estate investing.
Oh, really? So, all right, folks. For those of you who thought Amway, I'm not going there. She's making money.
It's sensitive when people don't really understand what it is. But, you definitely got to understand what you're looking at. Right. People get introduced to it at different times in their life, and sometimes it's not the right time for you. So, apparently one of my friends told me about it before. I guess it wasn't my time because I didn't even know what she was talking about. So, it's crazy. So,
and it's interesting, that company's been around for, oh my gosh.
Yeah, the 50s.
60 years.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm about that old myself.
Which is another reason, I was like, well, if there's something that's still going strong, then it's something I could definitely invest in. Because if it was, I didn't want to join something that was going to be here today, gone tomorrow. I don't have time for that. So,
And you did your research.
Oh, yeah.
And that's very important.
That's another good point. You have to do your research.
Do your research. So, very encouraging when you're, for those who are listening, whatever might be scaring you, just make sure you do the research.
Yes.
Find out what is that fear, and know yourself.
Oh yeah.
Know yourself, and don't be afraid to take risks. Some risks may be more calculated than others, but also just understand that, as you had pointed out before, if you're afraid and you do it, you get to a point in the future, you look back and said, "Oh, I did it. I'm still here."
Yeah. And that'll happen every time.
That's right.
Every time.
Always keep it legal, though.
Oh, yeah.
So, thank you again so much for being on track with Vanessa Womack. Raven, you made me laugh even more today. So, thank you so much, and thank you all for being on track with Vanessa Womack.